Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my vlog for today. I'm just going to touch base on how I'm feeling after my negative transfer. So for anyone that's been following along, thank you for coming back. I appreciate your support so much. It means so much to me. And for anyone that is new, thank you for joining. This channel is about my trying to conceive journey. I've been doing IVF, and so I'll do a quick little update for the new people. I have been doing IVF now for almost a whole year, so I have done 2 IVF cycles. My first cycle only resulted in 1 embryo, so I only had 1 potential chance to get pregnant, and I did a fresh transfer with that one, and unfortunately it did not work. So then I had to do a second transfer. We made some changes to my medication and stuff, and did a second cycle of IVF, and then that cycle resulted in 7 embryos. So I had 7 embryos. I froze them all, waited a few months, and then I did transfer, and unfortunately that failed. And then I did a second frozen transfer, and unfortunately that failed. So that is where I'm at. I just found that out a couple weeks ago, and so I wanted to pop on here and just do a little video and touch base. So what's been going on? So I've had a few people comment and tell me about like how they think it's really cool what I'm doing, and they think it's amazing that I can put my life out there and stay positive, and how well they think I'm handling everything. And it's such a nice compliment to get, and I was so happy to get it. But I thought in my head, like, what are you talking about? I do not have my shit together. I'm a hot mess. And so it made me think, like, am I portraying, like, I don't know, that I'm doing super good or something on here? So I just quickly want to touch base on that. I do put some real content on here about how I'm feeling. You guys, if you've been here, you've seen it. I'm crying, I'm a mess, I'm cranky, I'm irritable. Like, I do put some of those videos up, but then I also do these type of updating videos or whatever, and you know, I probably seem happy and like all good and stuff, and I am all good, like I'm okay, but I'm not always happy about everything. But for you guys to watch it, like if I sat here and I talk like this and I was just so depressed, like nobody would want to watch that. You have to smile, you have to, you know, when you do, you have to engage with your audience. So that's why I appear this way. I'm not always happy. I actually suffer from some pretty severe depression and anxiety every single day, which I've mentioned on here before. So I just wanted to put that out there. My last video I did on my failed transfer was kind of a snippet collage of kind of over a period of time, and unfortunately I didn't actually get I got me responding to getting the message about my failed transfer, but I didn't get the aftermath. So I'm going to quickly go through that there now, just so you guys know what it's really like and how I'm really doing and stuff. So when we got our message about our failed transfer, we were just leaving Cape Breton to come home to Nova Scotia. It's about a 5-hour drive, and we wanted to stop and walk our dog, since we were going to be in the car for so long. We wanted to stop and walk the dog before we, you know, went on this huge drive. So we stopped at the beach to walk the dog, and we were just walking the dog, and I just found out probably like 5 or 10 minutes before, and I was definitely bummed. And we were walking, and at the beach that we were at, there was like a little stream that went through, and my husband had sneakers on. I had I think yoga pants and my Birkenstocks on. Sorry, I had my yoga pants and my Birkenstocks on, so because it was like not that hot out. And so my husband went to jump over the stream. He just boop 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 jumped over, no problem. And then I was walking towards it, and I remember thinking like, oh my god, why is the sand so weird here? Like when he jumped, the sand like was like jello-y, and then I stepped on it. And because I didn't go boop, boop, boop right quick, I stepped on it. I didn't stand on it for long, but it was longer than him, and it was long enough that it was like quicksand. Like, I'm not even joking. It was literally like quicksand. So I stepped on it, and I sunk. I sunk in the sand past my knees. So like 3 feet in the sand, 3 or 4 feet. and both of my legs. And I was like, Corey, come help me out. And so my husband was like pulling me out, but we were both dying laughing because it was kind of comical. And then one leg came out, no problem. And then my other leg came out, but my sandal got stuck, my Birkenstock. And so these are like if you guys have Birkenstocks, you know, like these are my favorite sandals. They costed me like $140. I had just had them for a year. So they were just, you know how Birkenstocks, like you have to wear them and work them in, but then once they're worked in, they're like so comfortable, and like no matter how ratchet they look, you still wear them because they're just so comfortable. And so my Birk got left behind, and I was pissed. And so Corey and I were just like laughing so hard, and I had, like I said, I had full leg Lulus on, or Fabletics yoga pants on, and I was digging. I was sitting in the sand in my pants, digging and digging and digging, and I was literally just pulling the sand on my body, like it was all on my pants. My legs were buried, and I just kept digging and digging and digging, and I couldn't get my sandal. And we were both like hysterically laughing, and then all of a sudden it was like a switch went off, and I started bawling my eyes out, like uncontrollable crying. Like I could not get it together. And I was digging and digging and digging and just crying, and like it was like I had gone from hysterically laughing to crying within seconds. And Corey was like, are you laughing? Or like he was like, I don't know if you're laughing or if you're hysterical or what's going on. And anyways, I dug for this poor sandal for like 15 minutes, crying, shoveling sand on myself, buried for at least 15 minutes. And then finally I was like, I lost it. I was like, F this is bull, like nothing ever works out for me, my life is terrible, like why did this have to happen to me, why, like I love those sandals. Obviously guys, it wasn't about the sandals, it was like pushed down emotion from pretending I was okay, finding out that my transfer had failed. And so that was kind of what went down after the video that you guys saw of me getting the news. And then I proceeded to walk up this huge cliff hill, walking the dog by myself. Corey was like 10 feet behind me. He knew, like, I'm just gonna leave you for a minute. Bawling my eyes out for like 45 minutes, like hysterical, couldn't breathe, like like snot and tears and everything everywhere. It was a huge mess. And then finally I kind of started to calm down, and then Corey came over and he held me, and I like collapsed in his arms and cried more. Like literally wouldn't have stayed upright if Corey wasn't holding me up. And then we got back in the car and drove home, and I probably cried for the majority of the drive home. So that's what really went down. And I'm only telling you guys this because I want you guys to know, like I want to be transparent on how it's really like, and I just didn't have my camera with me to record that. And otherwise I probably would have, and I would have put not the whole thing, but I would have put a piece in here, but I just didn't have it. So I just want you guys to know that I might seem all happy all the time, and I am happy sometimes, but I'm not all the time. And so that's just kind of, I want to make sure I'm transparent and I'm portraying the journey as the journey is, I guess. So that's all about that fun little story. And how I'm feeling now, it's been a couple weeks. I am sorry I did not get a video out last Sunday. We had Hurricane Dorian come through, and it was a hot mess. Not as bad as like some other places, obviously, but it wiped out the power for, I want to say 4 days, 5 days, something like that. I had no power for a while, and so yeah, and we've also been dog sitting this week, so we have 2 dogs this week. So I just didn't get a video out last week, mainly because I didn't have power to really upload it, and I didn't record one. So that's where we're at. You guys didn't miss a whole lot though. So it has been just over 2 weeks since I found out about my transfer. The first week always sucks. I'm always the most depressed. I always feel like I'm at rock bottom and I can't pick myself up. Like there's no way I can do it anymore. Like, I just feel, to me, it just feels like I can't possibly do this journey anymore. This trying to conceive IVF journey. It's just too hard. I've been knocked down too many times and I can't get up, is how I feel. Probably for the first week, and I like start to guess, like I start to think, do I really even want to keep doing this? I think I'm done. I can't take it anymore. It's too hard. And then slowly, bit after bit after bit, I start to put myself back together as always, and eventually come around and my thoughts start changing to, okay, what can we do next? What's the next step? How do we get to that end goal of having a baby? So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I am struggling a little bit, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. I follow a lot of different people on YouTube that have been going through IVF and trying to conceive and stuff. And so in my year that I've been on YouTube here, almost a year, I guess, I have come to follow quite a few people that have gone through the journey, and it's so helpful in so many ways, which is why I started my transfer, because I do find it so helpful in so many ways. But there is kind of a bit of a downfall to it where it's not as helpful, because over that year I'm running out of people that I'm following that are not getting successes. And obviously I want everyone to get success that's going through this journey. Would be the best outcome. You know, I want everybody to get pregnant and get their healthy baby and everything to go well. However, when you're going through the journey and you feel like these are the only people that can truly understand what you're going through, and as time goes on, people start getting pregnant and your transfers are failing and failing and failing, and other people's are not, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. And I know anybody that's going through the journey is gonna watch this and understand and realize that it's not a malicious thing, or it's not that I would wish their outcomes to be different. It just makes it difficult. So with this transfer particularly, there was 3 people that transferred pretty much around the same time as me, and so 3, and then myself, and the other 3 all had positive outcomes, which is really awesome. Really, it is. And it's good in a way because it makes me hopeful, but at the same time I'm like, everybody else is getting positives from their IVFs. Transfer 1, transfer 2, you know, and I was on my 3rd and I haven't, or just on their first cycle. And so it, you know, that's not the way the world works. It doesn't, you know, it just doesn't, no one deserves it more than the other, and the people that deserve it don't get it, and whatever. It's just not the way the world works. But it has been a little bit extra difficult for me at this time, because the other ladies that I was following all got positives. So I'm happy for them. Obviously I would never take that away, but it's been harder for me because now I kind of feel like IVF is working for everyone else, but it's not working for me, and I feel like I'm doing the same things as them. But people have infertility for different reasons. That's the other thing. IVF is case by case specific, and it doesn't go the same for 2 people. So that's kind of where I'm at. If you guys are looking for people to follow, obviously, that are bigger than me, the other 3 that I'm talking about is Justin and Rochelle. They already have 1 baby through IVF. Their first successful IVF transfer unfortunately ended in a stillbirth, and then their second one ended. They have a daughter and she's 1 now, and then they just did their 3rd transfer and found out that that was successful, so that's awesome. The other one is Bonnie. She was on her 2nd frozen transfer, and she actually literally just found out, she put a video up the other day, she just found out that she's actually having triplets. So she transferred 2 embryos and one of them split, so she has 2 identical twins and then 1 more, so triplets. And that is like so rare. Like, her doctor was like, this is crazy, you had under 1% chance of that happening. So she went from not being able to have any kids to now having triplets. So God bless her. I'm sure that was a shock. I wish her the best. And then the other one is, I think her channel is called Let's Make Lemonade, and she had done her second frozen transfer. I got a positive. So all these ladies are putting up their like 6-week ultrasound and all this stuff, and I'm just like putting up my how I'm feeling after a failed transfer video. But that's all right. What can you do, right? Like I said, I would never take away their positive, but it has been a bit of a struggle for me on social media and YouTube, because a lot of the girls that were with me are now going a different route, and then I'm going this other kind of route of failure. So it is what it is. I did meet with the doctor the other day, and my next video will be about a plan from here, what we're going to do from here, how that doctor's appointment went, and what my doctor said about my case and my transfers. And so I will definitely do another video and put that up next week. I don't want to make a crazy long video and add it to this one, so I'm going to end this one here. But don't worry guys, next week you're going to get the goods on what the plan is from here. So I'm starting to get a little excited for moving forward, which is nice. It beats kind of looking in the past and feeling crummy about it all. So I will definitely do a video, get it up. If you don't want to miss that video, be sure to subscribe below, and if you want a notification, hit that little bell. And as always, if you're liking the video, give me a thumbs up. That helps me get more noticed on YouTube, which is always great, and my video can get out there. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the little bell if you want notifications, and leave a comment if you have any questions or anything you want to leave. And I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.